You know that feeling you get when you recognize something a stranger is doing, like sitting in a lecture hall and seeing the person in front of you playing Arknights instead of paying attention to class? You maybe want to try to talk to them and maybe add them as a friend or say something weird like, I see you looking at that Surtur. She's, very hot, isn't she? No? Alright then, see you later. Yeah, I know, bad pun, but I do have a story to share related to that sort of interaction. This situation happened when a stranger, who was assumedly another student, on my university campus caught my attention for something they recognized on my backpack. For reference, this is what it looks like with the red, Yoimiya, and Scotty keychains. I was running a bit late for class and I was hoping that there's still open seats near the back of the lecture hall so I don't have to do the late man walk of shame to the front row seats. You know, when you just somehow become the center of attention and it feels all awkward and feeling a little exposed. We try to avoid those situations. But then I suddenly hear this as I'm speed walking down the halls. Yo, that drip! The mistake I made was turning around to see what was happening behind me, and they were looking directly at me, and eyes made contact, and I'm like, well, shit, I can't just leave them hanging, can I? Followed by a realization that there is definitely not going to be an empty seat in the back by the time I get to class. So, the following conversation happens. You a Yoimiya main? Yeah, I like her a lot. I know, right? She's so kawaii. Oh no. Now, I don't really care too much when someone uses cringe weep speak, but I did die a little on the inside when I heard that. But the interaction would go on, and honestly, it wasn't a horrible conversation. It got really nice once the conversation actually got going, but I was like, I'm late for class, so I do have to go, etc, etc. And when I arrived to class, to my utter dismay, the only available seats were the front row of the lecture hall. And so, I took my walk of shame, and my professor actually saw the keychains on my backpack, recognized one of them, paused his lecture, pointed at the keychain in question while looking at me, and asked, "Is that Yoimiya?" Oh, for fuck!